Hey guys, so hello and welcome to Kitafit YouTube. I am out putzing around. I have my top down, so I just thought it'd be really super. Hey guys, I don't know at what point my little camera shut off, but she's like, girl, I'll shut you off. So anyway, back to the grilled chicken. I don't know how much you guys got, but I'll take that grilled chicken off the George Foreman grill, slice it up, put it over the field greens. And in case my previous recording didn't get it, a really easy dressing is olive oil, a little tiny bit of soy sauce, a little sesame oil. I also will use balsamic vinegar, Modena vinegar, or I'll use a little bit of rice vinegar. And if I do the rice vinegar, that's when I'll do the fresh chopped garlic, the ginger, and a little bit of the soy sauce in that. You could also emulsify, again, these are other ways to make a dressing. You can also emulsify a little bit of mayo in there, kind of with that soy sauce and then sesame seeds. That's a good one. It's a little bit more of a creamier texture. Or you can do a little bit of brown mustard. These are all really good options. But try to make your dressings, because then you are controlling, you know, how much salt and how much processing of ingredients you're putting in there. So that's really good. That's what I do for that. What else? I do the grilled chicken on my George Foreman grill. I love that. The other thing I love to do is I do hamburger. I'll grill up in the George Foreman 2 hamburger. Now my hamburger I like to do like almost a little bit like not totally raw, but I really like it rare. So I'll do it as high heat as I possibly can, so I sear it on both sides. And a little secret to searing is make sure you do some really nice fine Himalayan sea salt. And when you put that on the grill, it'll just like, it kind of like sears it. My husband likes his hamburgers cooked a little bit more. So for him, I'll take mine off a little earlier. I just hate my meat overcooked. I just can't stand. I don't like dry. I don't like dry meat. I don't like overcooked meat at all. It grosses me out. Isn't that funny? I like the raw-blooded meat. Oh, that would gross other people out. But for me, it's just like, it's closer to like, you know, I don't know, eating it in its natural state. Sometimes, the joke with my husband and I is that we say I'm like a lion, because I'm like, I need to get my meat. Now, the other thing though, I've noticed as I've gotten older, I don't crave so much like meat anymore. I used to when I was younger, just like eat meat in every single meal. But I've noticed as I get older that my body just isn't craving that. So I'm really big into listening to your body and what does your body say that it wants, right? So does your body want fruit? Does it want vegetables? Does it want a nice form of carbohydrate like maybe like some nice rice, jasmine rice, brown rice, you know, I'll put some bulgur in there. You know, there's so many different things that you can do in your rice that makes your rice like a little bit of a grainier texture. Also, sometimes nuts are good in rice. I'll do like some cashews or almonds. Now they do kind of soften up a little bit, but it's just another way of getting a little bit added protein and added fat in there, so it's really good. The other thing I'll do, you guys, with my rice too, as it's cooking, is I'll put a little added butter like in the water. I'll just, you know, like when you're putting your rice to boil it, and then I'll do spices. I have this beautiful, it's like a curry, beautiful spice pack that oh my gosh, I've had this spice for a while now. And if you take good care of your spices, they will serve you very well. And I'll put the spices in the water when the rice is hard, and then so when it cooks up, in fact, that sounds so good, I might do that tonight. So that when it cooks up, it just kind of like the whole house, first of all, will smell just like a beautiful curry, and it just smells so good. Also, you can put some like garlic in that. You can put some beautiful ginger in that. Now, the interesting thing is, I don't really do a lot of garlic right now because I'm teaching so much, and obviously as an instructor, the last thing you want to be doing is fuming away and smelling like heavy garlic. So I obviously try to stay away from that a little bit. Okay, so that just gives you some ideas, some chicken dishes, some salad dishes, some more of a simple carbohydrate dish. Now, what happens when you have a sweet tooth? For me, what I do is when I get like cold nectarines or peaches or bananas, fresh, don't get anything canned, buy it fresh. And what I do with that is, especially bananas, especially when I'm feeling like I am cramping up, my body's cramping up, I will use fresh fruit as my dessert. Now, the other night, I will confess to you guys, I made my husband some pumpkin spice cookies, and there is nothing healthy about that, but I used fresh eggs, nice organic eggs, and I used really beautiful butter in that. So that was really good. When you can use beautiful ingredients, even if you're gonna do a dessert, that's a little bit more of a cheat sheet, because I did do powdered sugar on the top of that, but I also put coconut, lots of coconut on the top. So when they were browning, you know, baking up in the oven, the coconut browned. Oh my gosh, these cookies were so delicious. They were literally like mind altering. And again, that's not an everyday thing. That might be once every 3 weeks or 4 weeks, kind of a little treat. But like I said, you always have to, I mean, give yourself that little bit of an outlet. If you don't give yourself that little bit of an outlet, that's when you're gonna cheat. You know what I mean? You're going to, you're gonna stray off your diet. So my thing is, and I tell my husband this too, like, he does things like, he does hard meats and cheeses with like Ritz crackers, or he'll do wheat thins or something like that. And what I'll do is I just won't eat the crackers or the wheat thins, but I'll have a little bit of the cheese and the salami or whatever, like, I call it hard meat, you know what I mean? Like, what do they call it, charcuterie tray or whatever? Anyway, and that's sometimes just nice, like in the afternoon. That'll be nice with like some grapes too. You want a little sweet in there. Again, you just want to think what sounds good. Nuts are always a really great option. And you guys, avocados are an amazing option. I love to eat an avocado a day. I just think it's really good for your skin, for your hair. It's good for me as far as like if you're someone that has battled with depression. You want to make sure that your vitamin D is up. You want to make sure that you're getting enough really good, healthy fats. And again, what do I mean by healthy fats? I mean olive oil, eggs, butter, avocados, nuts, any kind of nut you can possibly imagine. If you want to get a good fat in your protein, go for anything wild fish, wild buffalo, free range eggs, anything where the animal gets the ability to move around and to be, you know, in a healthy situation. I always say that, you know, if you can't buy, right now we're on this fixed income, Josh is getting his PhD, so it's super tough sometimes. I have to be just like really careful with how I, you know, spend our money and what we buy. But it's funny, you just can become very super appreciative of your food. And then the other thing is that I always just bless my food. I like pray over my food. And, you know, I don't know what that does, but for me, it's like, I just want to bless that animal for giving its life so that I could sustain energy for it. I just want to like honor that. I feel like for some reason, like spiritually, when I do that, I just imagine like my body absorbing, like on a cellular level, like the receptor sites on my cell membrane just like opening up and just really absorbing the really good nutrients in the food. I try not to be like sloppy about the way that I eat. And what do I mean by that? I just mean I just don't want to like shovel it in my mouth, even though if you ask my husband or anybody that knows me, they would say I was a food shoveler because I never have time to eat. I'm always like, I have 5 minutes to eat. So what I've been trying to do is really slow down. I've literally been working on that, I would say, the last like 8 years. So I'm pretty much, I think I'm a little slower. But then if Josh and I go out to eat with like his mom or my mom, or, you know, they think that we eat so fast. So it is good. You really should slow down, because when you slow down, you're going to be really present to your food, right? So that takes care of food. That takes care of like some ideas there. That helps you kind of with your idea around that. Now, one other thing that I see people doing all the time, making huge mistakes, is food label reading, and it can be really confusing, and it can be almost like getting your PhD. So let me break it down so it's super easy for you. You have three teams. You have the protein team, you have the fat team, and you have the carbohydrate team. Okay, if you want to lose weight and you want to increase lean muscle tissue, so you want to look fit, you want to feel good, right? You want to increase your protein and you want to decrease your carbohydrates. Now, how do you do that? Well, if you're eating foods with labels, just start identifying how many grams of protein are there, how many grams of carbohydrate are there, and how many grams of fat are there. And what I just tell my clients, a really easy breezy, simple way, everybody knows football, everybody knows how many players you have on each team, right? Well, in my food land, what I like to have my clients think about is when you're looking at the food label, I want you to look at how many grams, like say something has 7 grams of protein to 36 grams of carbohydrate. I like to tell them to imagine a football field and imagine there are 7 guys on one side of the field to 36 guys on the other side of the field. So you got 36 grams of carbohydrate to 7 grams of protein. Well, to win in the game of looking better, feeling better, losing weight, you want to have your protein team, and consider this, consider all players on the field have exact equal abilities. So you don't have like any you don't have any Walter Paytons, right? Everybody is a Walter Payton. Everybody has that same degree of athleticism. So, pulling out a little 80s reference, if you guys are the Bears, a Chicago Bears fan. Anyway, a little homage to Chicago. My heart will always have a chunk of it still left in Chicago. So anyway, look at that. You want your teams as even as possible. And I would even say, like, obviously you're not going to have something with 36 grams of fat. I mean, I don't know, maybe you are. But you want to bring, I like to take the protein and I like to take the fat and I like to kind of glue them together. So say you have 7 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat, 7 and 3 is 10 to 36 grams of carbohydrate. You are still losing in that game. Your insulin is going to be overproduced. The more carbohydrates you have, if they overtake the protein and the fat, you're going to be turning on all those insulin receptor sites and your body's going to be storing fat. So it's not going to be burning fat. So one of the things I see all the time is people, they will want to come to class, and what are they doing? They're chewing gum or they're drinking Gatorade or something. So what you're doing right there, that's all carbohydrates. And you're when you're masticating, when you're chewing on things, you're releasing insulin because your body's thinking you're chewing. It sends a signal to the brain that you're eating. Quick, let's get ready to digest food. So those are just a couple little tips and tricks. Now, exercise. Let's talk about exercise. Here's the thing. What I see people doing all the time, first of all, in fitness classes, you've got to call out levels. You've got to give your body the ability to go high and to go low. What do I mean by that? I mean, you've got to increase your intensity of your free weights, okay? So you've got to tone that body. You want to get that body tone. So you've